very similar. So be very mindful of the pairs you're buying. If you buy Euro USD, then go buy GBP JPY. That way you can diversify it a lot better. You might want to pause this or screenshot this. This is just a slide on correlated pairs. On one side, you see the side that we would call positive. So Euro USD and GBP USD, or Euro USD and NZD. You get it. You can read. All right. And then there's the other side that don't move together. This is where you would want to try to, branch off. So if you buy Euro USD, then go and buy, or go and, do something different. Go use USD Chef and, draw your analysis on that. Something else very major in risk management is your risk to reward ratio. Okay. Obviously, we're all in this for the win, but a lot of times people just jump into a trade and don't pay any kind of attention to what it's costing them. Is it going to cost you more money to take the trade than what you're actually going to gain? That's why I got on one side bad. All right. What you at least want is, okay, if it's going to cost me 10 pips or $10 to get in, I at least got to be making $10 or more. Okay. Now you can see this would be obviously better. Okay. The most best, situation that you could get into is having a very low risk and very high reward. That would be amazing. So here's an example of a risk to reward ratio. Should always be greater than or equal to a 1-to-1. So here's my little chart. You got 35 pips. All right. So that's what you would be risking. You're risking 35 pips in order to go and gain 15 pips. That's not good. You're at like a 0.42 to 1. Really bad. You're like, not good. Don't even take that. It's not worth your time. All right. The next one, 35 pips you're risking to go and get 35 pips. That's a 1-to-1. Great. There's 35 pips to 70 pips. Perfect. That's even better. Now, let me go ahead and say this. Be very careful, because a lot of times you want to be like, hey, well, I want a nice high risk to reward ratio. So what do? Then you're like, okay, this trade, I'm going to, I'll risk 35 to get 200. But guys, that trade only moves like 35 pips at a time. So don't fool yourself into thinking that I'm going to increase my risk to reward ratio when you really know that thing only moves like 35 pips. I've done this. I got burnt. Okay. Don't do that. If certain pairs only move a certain amount per day, like GBP, JPY, that sucker moves crazy amounts. So you can expect a higher risk to reward ratio on that one. But like an NZD USD or USD JPY type of pair, those move very chill, like 35 at a time. So don't try to set a very high risk to reward just to show that you have a high risk to reward. It's all about what do you recoup. Something else you want to be mindful of, guys, in your risk to reward, most people forget about this bad boy, is the spread. Remember, the spread is the commission we pay our broker, and it changes throughout the day. You see that little 2.1? A lot of times you can see this in your trading window. It'll just show like 2.1 or 5.6, or during terrible times, it might be like 100. Okay, so make sure that you factor this in. If you are saying, I want to risk 3% of my account, don't forget, you got to pay that spread first. So if you lose, you're going to lose the 3% plus your spread. So that's going to increase your risk percent. And lastly, guys, the most important thing that you can possibly do for proper risk management is get a journal and form a trading plan. Okay, there's perfectly great online journals like MyFX Book. That's a great place to go. MyFXBook.com. This thing keeps track of all of your stuff, all of your wins, losses, and everything. All right, and then you can use those wins and losses to inform your plan. And then you can realize that, oh, you know what? My risk reward ratio is really bad. I need to fix it. That is what you need. You need a journal, and then you need a plan. Okay, that's how you win in this market. By now, you should have a good understanding of the following questions. Read them quietly to yourself, and when you are finished, go on to the next video in this series. Thank you so much. My name is Adeze Duncan, and remember, I am a student always.